Hello, welcome, Devil Sniper here, and this is episode number 5, my career mode with Portsmouth. It's been 5 days since I uploaded episode 4, so for the new guys and for the my wonderful subscribers, here's just a bit of a recap. So basically, Portsmouth is a 5-season challenge. Within 5 seasons, we have to get back to the Premier League and win an FA Cup. We have to do this on a £400,000 budget. Bearing in mind we only have £4,000 a week to spend, and we have players on a 1-year contract. Like 98% of our team are on a 1-year contract. Oh my God, that is just an epic challenge, to be fair. And what have we done so far? Well, basically, we've brought in Ballon. He was a free transfer. You guys recommended him. He's a fantastic player. A little bit underrated, I feel, personally. We then went to Chelsea because you guys said, go to Chelsea. Go to Chelsea and get Lucas. Bring him to Portsmouth. He'll love it. Went to Chelsea, got Lucas. He's come to Portsmouth. He's fantastic. He really is a player we need to build around. He is absolutely fan-bloody-tastic. On top of that, in the last episode, episode number 4, you saw we secured the services of Tony Watt and John Taylor. But unfortunately, they didn't sign their paperwork in time to be able to play in this game, so they'll appear in the next game. But here we go. We're playing against MK Dons. And, wow. This challenge is going to be so epic. Absolutely epic. It's going to be so hard. Really, it's going to be so hard. And the great thing about this episode is you guys recommended I should play Crompton, is it, and Clifford. And I give them both a game, and I've got to say they're both fantastic little players, to be honest, and they're young. So I'm quite happy, and as you can see, the goalkeeper is just in amazing form. Absolutely amazing form. And the only other highlight was, not sure if that's a highlight, but look what happens to Lucas when he's laying on the floor. The player kicks him in the head. It's quite funny. And I don't see anything wrong with the challenge personally. The referee was standing in the way for me to actually have a real opinion. And all I saw was the player kick him in the head, so I really think Lucas shouldn't have been booked, but there you go. So half-time was 0-0, quite frustrated. The one thing I'm going to have to learn is to be clinical. You know, I don't have that luxury now, I suppose, of within my West Ham career mode. You know, we've got the likes of Gabs, we've got Josie, we've got Filippo. We've got players who can score all around the pitch. Thankfully, Anderson has got some brains, because I certainly didn't with that defending. That was awful, great goalkeeping. So I've got to be more clinical. You know, I don't have that luxury of the West Ham players. I don't have the luxury of the Arsenal players. And I've got to be really, really clinical, which is it's going to be difficult because you don't get to create a lot of chances. I find the AI is so good. World class is hard enough. At the best of times, it's hard enough. You know, you can pull them out of position, you can create chances, but when you haven't got the players to actually do that because of their ratings, and you know, some of them are good players, I'm not going to say they're not, it's just so difficult, and taking your opportunities becomes more and more crucial. You know, if you create 5 or 6 chances in a game, you've really got to be taking 1 or 2. You know, say for example Arsenal, if I create 10 chances, I expect to take 2 to 3. With West Ham, I expect to take 2 to 3. With Portsmouth, the way I started playing against the MK Dons, I expect to probably take 1 to none. It was that bad. You know, I've really got to be clinical. I can't afford to hit the ball wildly. I've got to be really, really clinical, and that's going to be really hard. And that's what's going to make it more interesting, because I feel I'm going to improve as a player through this career, through this actual challenge. I'm going to improve as a player because it's going to be tough. You know, whatever way we look at it, this is going to be a tough, bloody challenge. And it's going to be interesting to see how the 2 new lads do. I'm really looking forward to bringing these boys in. We've got Johnny Taylor making a debut. We've got Tony Watt making a debut. It's the Painter Cup, the Johnstone Painter Cup, or the Johnston's Painter Cup, I should say. We're away at Northampton. And the only thing I can say about Northampton is Akinfenwa. Oh my God, he was annoying the whole game. He just absolutely dominated me. He had me in his back pocket all game long. Johnny Taylor with an early doors touch. A little bit wild, a bit over. There was me talking about being clinical and crucial, and 2 opportunities back to back where I'm neither. I don't take them. It was ridiculous. But yeah, Akinfenwa, he was just an absolute beast. He was a tank up front for Northampton and dominated for them. And he made the game really difficult. Northampton are a really solid side. I found them to be really solid. This was a great opportunity. One of the only times we got down the left-hand side, great ball in, and Tony Watt was so unlucky not to finish. I've got high hopes for him. I really do feel he could be just as key as Lucas. To be honest, I really feel he can provide the goals. As you know, it's a cup game, so it's going to go into extra time. And look at that, that was fantastic. And I honestly thought, come on Lucas, stick this in the top corner, son. And look at that save. The keeper was just like a brick bloody wall. It was so frustrating. So frustrating. But with perseverance, you can force the AI to make a mistake. I thought we were going to get the free kick there, but we kept the ball. Watt breaks into the box. Great little pullback and a world-class finish by Lucas. Okay, perhaps not world-class, but come on, it was a cracking finish. And I would have taken any goal. I would have taken an own goal. Any type of goal. It really would not have bothered me. And I was quite chuffed to score. It was a great pullback. And we did try our best to miss it, to be honest. I mean, look at that. How lucky were we in the end? I mean, the keeper was unlucky, to be fair. He sort of thought it was going to go in the air. It didn't. It slapped him on the chest and went in. And we won 1-0. So we're in the next round of the Cup, which is quite cool. I'm quite happy with that. But that game got me thinking. I've got high hopes with Watt, for sure. I think Tony Watt's going to be really crucial. As long as we can keep him fit and rotate him correctly with the players we have, he's going to be crucial. Same with Taylor. Same with Lucas. And depending on how Ballon works out, because I can't deny it, Clifford and I think it's Crompton, both really decent players. I quite like playing with them. I like the way they play. So I'm definitely going to have a little bit of a headache rotating the midfield, which I'm quite happy with. But the one thing I want to do is bring in another sort of cam player, because my idea at this moment in time, the thoughts in my head, we play Tony Watt up front by himself. Right wing we're going to go, or I think it's right wing or right midfield, we're going to go with Johnny Taylor. Left hand side we're going to go with Lucas, and in the cam position we're going to go for somebody, a missing key element, who we're going to find out is the shock transfer of this video. But Doncaster, oh my god, Doncaster seriously has to be another name for the Man City of the lower leagues. They really were frustrating, absolutely frustrating. They closed down the space so quickly, they wouldn't allow me time on the ball. I couldn't make passes, I couldn't make runs. It was frustrating. We then gave away a ridiculous penalty. That was purely out of frustration, 100% out of frustration. I was just getting so frustrated at the way they were playing. They pretty much played like I did, you know, they kept great ball retention. They were just a decent side at the end of the day, and when we conceded the second goal, I honestly my controller was so close to being smashed. It was just one of those games where it was just ultra frustrating. I couldn't get a rhythm going, and again, it just sort of hit on me that we are a player short, and I'm going to run into games like this where teams are just physically stronger than me and physically better than me, and we're going to have to change our game code. We're going to have to adapt our technique. And hopefully I will do, because I think this series is going to make me a better player. That's my feeling, that's my gut feeling, because, as I said, we don't have the luxury of decent players. We have good, young, solid players who could potentially get better. I'm not taking anything away from Portsmouth because they are a decent side. It's probably me who's just not decent. But, thinking about the missing player. Now, he's going to have to play Cam. And I wanted someone from a Premier League club, predominantly, because I knew they'll be able to cope with lower league football, because most of the time they're loaned out to teams like Portsmouth, you know, Colchester, Sheffield United, etc. So they're going to be used to the standard of football. And I would love to have bought Max Clayton in, but as you know, he's just not going to be loaned to us, and we can't afford to buy him. So I went to the old stamping ground, West Ham. Yeah, there's a quality manager over there. He's a cracking lad. He's got players like Gabs, Filippo, Josie's got some amazing players. And yes, I went for Sebastian Lletget. I honestly feel he is just the perfect player to fit into that cam position, and hopefully be the missing key. Now, the only way we're going to find out is if he accepts the contract, West Ham allow him to come to us, and in the last game of the episode, we'll see if he is the missing key, if he can actually start to form a relationship with Johnny Taylor, Lucas and Tony Watt. I mean, look at that. Napoli are all over Max Clayton. Wow. But there's some truth in that, because in the real world, you know, the likes of Manchester United, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, etc. are all over Max Clayton, because, you know, it's the same club that Nick Powell came from, who went to United, and he's a fantastic little player. You know, he's going to be a great player. Hopefully, hopefully. But same with Clayton. Some people are saying he's better than Nick Powell, which only time will tell. He is a decent player. I've watched seen some highlights of crew, and he has played really, really well, to be fair. So I can see the truth in that. But like I say, only time will tell. He's only a young lad, and a lot can happen between now and the time he's 19, 20, 21, 22, etc. So that's going to be really, really interesting. Speaking about the real world football, what do you think about RDM being sacked from Chelsea? I think that's really, really bloody harsh. Abramovich is just such a tosser. No disrespect to any Chelsea fans who watch this video, or any Chelsea fans in general, but do you know what? The Chelsea job is becoming a little bit like the England job, a poisoned chalice. It really is. It's really disappointing. Anyway, let's get back on topic, and we've got an away game to Crawley Town, a tough away game at Crawley, and we're going to go with bloody rain. What is it with rain? It always seems to I know we're playing in England, and I should expect it, but come on, it just seems to rain constantly. We hardly get any clear games. There's a lot of rainy games. But early doors, so one thing I'm going to say is look at the movement. Leggett just adds that little bit of movement. Yeah, okay. I was talking about being clinical and we've got to take our chances, and I didn't take the chance, and I wasn't very clinical. The cross came in, and again, it was just a case they closed so much of space down. As you see, I obviously wasn't happy because I just hit the A button straight away. I just wanted to get straight back in the game because of my frustration. And then poor defending leads to a great goal by Crawley. I'm not going to take it away from him. That was a great goal. I should have done better on the wing. My fullback should have done better at tracking back on their player. And even when you watch the replay, you'll see my defender go up, but he's a good 1.5 foot, 2 foot away from him. Look at that. He's just jumping out of, if I jump, the boss won't have a crack at me. Yes, I bloody will. That was just awful defending. Something, again, I've got to learn. Look at Leggett. That is a fantastic ball through. And Tony Watt. Wow. I think I was right. I think you guys were right. Sorry. I take that back 100%. You guys were right. When you said get Tony Watt, you were spot on. I really do feel he's going to deliver shed loads of goals. I really got a great feeling about this lad. I mean, Leggett has done what I thought he would do. He's used his strength, he's used his ability, he's played a nice little ball through. And again, look, who's that? That's Leggett. That's Leggett. Sebastian. Awesome. Great ball into Watt, and Watt had great composure. Bloody fantastic composure, in fact, to finish that off. That was fantastic. Great play by Leggett. Great ball inside, great composure, sticks underneath the keeper. 2-1, I'm happy. We finished the episode on a high with 3 points. I really do hope you've enjoyed this episode. I really hope that you support me with bringing Sebastian Leggett into the club. I know it's a big, big move. Probably you guys weren't expecting that. Probably some of you were expecting that. But, it is a big move to do bring such a player in. And I'm going to be uploading 3 videos this weekend, guys. But let me know what career modes you want to upload. Do you want me to upload Arsenal, West Ham, Portsmouth, all 3, or 2 of one and 1 of the other? Let me know. Catch you later, guys.